Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing this April the 20th, Easter 2025. Gorgeous, glowing day just north of downtown Detroit. Inside the Vincenzo Mobile Compound with a glowing sunshine with some hazy clouds moving in out ahead of a weather system with a current official temperature of 59 degrees. Jay in the great state of me. Yeah, right. And bell notification, comment down below. Subscribe to the channel and share to be part, as we still don't want to buy you, the growing movement of the most trusted cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, gold and silver bullion insider here on social media or in the mainstream, built on truth, trust, education, and information, most importantly, to give you that first mover advantage that you need. And if we look at the Bitcoin price, we can see we've had a green candle in the weekly. If we go into the daily time frame, is where we're going to look at these right now. You can see we're sitting there in that very tightly consolidated range, just below the 50-day moving average and the 100-day moving average in the daily time frame, just below a major horizontal resistance in blue at 90,000. You're almost at that golden bear's cross where the 50 gets underneath the 100-day moving average in the daily time frame after you bounce off a nice small double bounce down there in that green resistance box at about $74,169, and you're getting resisted on that red resistance box in the short term that we put up last week from about the 50-day moving average to the 100-day or that 90,000 and change horizontal major overhead resistance. And you can see we've been getting rejected. If we can get some volume to push in as the market opens on this Easter holiday this evening, we could pump up in the next day or two or three, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, to 90,000 and change before a rejection. Or we're just going to get rejected after this trading comes in and the volume comes in. As the volume continues to decline is a major thing that we look at. You can see where we had the little spike. We had the middle finger, but then a little bit of a volume spike in green. But ever since then, in the daily candle time frame, since that middle finger, then a quick volume pump, it's been down volume besides the one uptick about the 16th of April was a big sell volume, like another big red middle finger. But I do believe eventually, as this price matures in the next week or two or so, we're going to end up back at that $74,000, $169 level. We're going to retest that. Could have a bounce, but I believe eventually we're getting down to this 59,000 and change, this head and shoulders, topping out reversal pattern, which is a first mover advantage pattern, which is the value of the most trusted, truthful information source in blockchain and crypto sphere. We let you know about this back in the beginning of 2025, way back here in January, about mid-January, we threw this head and shoulders pattern out, and it's been following it ever since for over 3 months. We see no reason to believe that it's changed. We're building the head on this head and shoulders. The neckline is down there at 59,000. That purple horizontal line down there, 57,000 and change, right? Then there should be some kind of a big reactionary technical follow-through bounce where all the buyers are stacked at about the 57,000 and change. And you would think there could be a ferocious rally in the right shoulder, potentially back up to 74 to 80,000, right? So that's something that we're watching out in the medium term towards the summertime, mid to late summer of 2025. If we look at the Ethereum price, you can see we're still down here below that major resistance level. We've had our bearish cross. The golden bearish cross is reorganized the moving average, where the short term, the 50, is sitting there at about 1,900 even. In red, the 200-day moving average is sitting up here at about 2,300 and change, and the 200-day moving average is sitting just above that on top now at about 2,500 and change. We have a major resistance level at the top part of this blue trading zone at about 1812, which it tried to hold it as support back here on late March and early April. Double bottomed on it, couldn't hold it, and broke through that major support level. And now it's attempting to hold it as resistance. We've had a little bit of a bounce up, but now we're trading sideways like the rest of the market. Our next major underneath support level is $1,012 at the bottom part of this trading zone. If you want to not go there, you got to get back on top of this falling 50 that's just above the major horizontal blue resistance box at 1812. Need to get above that and hold it, or you're going to come all the way down to the bottom part of this box. To get short-term bullish, you need to get up here and hold that level there, or you're going to come all the way down to the bottom part of this blue trading box down there at about $1,000. Still don't want to buy you. Neither does my audience. Before you would have a big technical bounce back. The XLM is sitting in the same area. We broke below that 25.5 cents, almost wicked down to that 18.5 cents, where we have in purple, where we thought there would be a big bounce back. It wicked down, hasn't fully touched it yet. The volume is declining, and this is even more evident here. You can see this big, brief volume spike we had right here off of that big flush, and then the tariff news backing off. But ever since then, the volume has been minuscule at best. It's been rapidly declining day over day as the price is traded up and sideways off that wick low of about 20.5 cents, 20.25 cents. It was a nice percentage move, but it's starting to die out, as we talked about 2 weeks ago on the pump, or last weekend with the pump advisory, that the highest you would get more than likely was the 25.5 cents to retest this. And that's what you're seeing in a lot of these coins now, and that's the truth, and that's the information and the trust that we've built here with you, the beautiful audience. Is a lot of these are below major resistance points that used to be major support levels, and these coins are starting to come and back test now, and they're back testing and flipping major support levels to major resistance levels, and that's what's going on over the last week to 10 days, as you've had the reactionary bounce back, and then you're having subsequent rejections on major levels that were support, flipping into major resistance, just like you're seeing here potentially in the Ethereum, you're seeing here in the Bitcoin, you're seeing here on the XLM at the 25.5 cents, which was a major support level on the way down. You can see over an extended period of time, we had the wick low back in February, another wick back in late February, multiple days to 10 days in early to mid-March, and then again in early April before the technical breakdown, and now it's forcing to try to use that as resistance, and I believe a full candle body is coming down here to 18 cents. Then I believe there could be a bounce back like we have had drawn. Then we're coming to 14.5 cents in my own personal opinion, followed by what we're seeing in the long future range model prediction is a big reactionary overzealous pump to the upside mid to late summer, potentially towards the end of the year. As we hit this 14 cent level, there could be a big rally back to the upside, potentially as high as at 43 major upper resistance, right? So we're going to watch that in red. That's just a forecast right now. Purple, I think, is what we're doing. Red is giving you that first look, the first mover, the potential future pattern outside of the current downturn that we're in, and that's what we're all about. The XRP is the same thing. The first mover advantage took place after the 340 high. The value and the reason that you need to be members of Jabroni Killers, $3.99 a month. Industry cheap and best value. We had that first mover advantage that we gave out back there in mid-January. In purple, we put out this head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern that's been on here ever since. We have that neckline now, and just like we're talking about confirming major support levels in the resistance, the XRP, you can see this neckline on the head and the right shoulder. Look how many times we've hit right there on the neckline, right? We've hit it several times over the past 3 months, forming the head, forming the right shoulder, right? We've hit on this neckline, but look how many times we've hit it back on the left shoulder. We hit it back in December. We hit it again back in late December, right around Christmas. We hit it again at the end of December on New Year's. Then we wicked down with the head right here in early February. Then we've had multiple hits in late February, another hit in mid-March, and then multiple days on it in early April before the technical breakdown below the neckline. And now if we zoom in to the 4-hour time frame, you can see on that pump advisory that we put out, we thought the neckline would be the highest you would get, potentially up to the overhead moving averages that are falling. which you got rejected by, and then now it's forming and slithering back below, like we talked about a week ago today, that when we were up here on that Sunday, that the price over the next 2 to 3 days, 24 to 72 hours, would likely trade sideways, meander back to the neckline, and then probably get below it and start using it as resistance. And quote, it would form that hook nose bearish reversal pattern, right? Where you look like that, and you get rejected, and before you know it, you're back at that double bottom low of $1.61. And again, another coin that's using a major support level from the past 5, 6, 7 months on the way up is now starting and threatening to confirm it as a resistance and a breakdown below it, and that would be critical, and that would form and figure into what we've been talking about with that still don't want to buy you. That technical move down to $1.29 off of that head and shoulders, topping out reversal pattern, first mover advantage, power of jabroni killers, and the reason and the value that you need to join and help spread the word by sharing, commenting, jabroni killer members, on our way to 2,100 subscribers, on our way to 100 jabroni killer members, on our way through the YouTube algorithm, promoting and pushing and forcing and changing the cryptocurrency sphere. You got the AMP is threatening and trying to do that breakout that we've been talking about for about a month and a half, but it just continues to trade sideways and down. It's in this falling channel. It's very easy to see it ever since early December. But those are bearish continuation patterns. But bullish reversal patterns, when the pattern finally exhausts itself and flips bullish and has a short-term reactionary technical bounce. And that's something that we're watching out for. It's something that we're keeping in with the steer, and we'll continue to track it for you, my beautiful audience. Like the channel, subscribe to the channel. Peace and love. The Rock Eyebrow, Jay.